Hello everyone, welcome back to Maths online class of Anand Medical Academy. So today we are going to discuss the chapter Limits and Derivatives. In that especially we will discuss the topic that is Introduction of Derivative or Derivatives. So previously in offline classes we have completed the topic limits. Now we will discuss the introduction of derivatives. As per the definition of a derivative, for example, if f is a real valued function, okay, you know what do you mean by real valued function? We have two types of functions. One is real valued, another one is real function. Real function andre both domain and range should be subsets of real numbers. When comes to real valued function means that range should be subset of real numbers. If f is a real valued function y equal to f of x, then its derivative at x equal to a we will define as f dash of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. Okay, this is what do we mean by a derivative. That is f dash of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h when it is a derivative at x equal to a. Okay, now derivative generally will represent, okay, I am writing here representation of a derivative. Okay, this class complete notes I will provide PDF through WhatsApp. Okay, you can get it through that. So now we will continue the class. This is the representation of a derivative. As f of x is a function, okay, as f of x is a function, its derivative will represent with f dash of x, okay, or d by dx of f of x, okay, or dy by dx, or y dash, okay, we will call as y dash, not y1, y dash, and again as y1. Okay, representation of a derivative f of x we will represent as f dash of x or d by dx of f of x or dy by dx or y dash or y1, like that. At x equal to a means f dash of a, d by dx of f of a, okay, dy by dx at x equal to a, okay, like that we will find at x equal to a. Now, but the actual formula, so as we have considered f dash of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h, but actual formula for derivative I will write, you see. Here the actual formula is f dash of a is equal to, okay, limit x tends to a f of x minus f of a by x minus a. Here these two formulas both are same only, okay, these two formulas both are same only, but this formula we will get through this only, okay, this formula will get through this one only. Okay, this formula we will write directly by considering that limit exists. By considering that limit exists, we in limits we have learned that when limit exists, when LHL is equal to RHL, okay, when LHL equal to RHL, limit exists. If it is equal to some f of c, then limit exists and also function is continuous. Similarly, when derivative exists means if LHD is equal to RHD, when LHD is equal to RHD, then only derivative exists at that point. Now the formula for LHD and RHD, as if f of x is a function, okay, as f of x is a function, LHL, how we will write LHL at some point a, like at x equal to a, how we will write at x equal to a, we will write it as LHL as limit x tends to a minus f of x. This is LHL. RHL we will denote with limit x tends to a plus f of x. Similarly, in derivatives also compulsory LHD should be equal to RHD, then only function derivative exists. Okay, for that LHD how we will write means limit x tends to a minus f of x minus f of a by x minus a by considering this function. Okay, and again RHD we will write it as limit x tends to a plus, okay, at x equal to a we are considering at x tends to a plus f of x minus f of a by x minus a. Here what do you mean by a minus and what do you mean by a plus? So you know that, for example, if it is a point A, if it is a point A. When we are approaching A from left hand side, that we will consider like this. When we are approaching from right hand side, okay, like this. Now here a small change in A to the right hand side, that I will consider as A plus H. This as A minus H. Okay, that left nearest value and right nearest value. That nearest is nothing but A plus H for A. For A means A plus H. For 2 means 2 plus H. For 3 means 3 plus H, like that. Why? Because here H is very minute value. H means very 0.0001, like that. Okay, that rightmost value will consider as A plus H, leftmost value will consider as A minus H. Here, as X tends to A minus, that means from left hand side, A minus means that X is nothing but A minus H. Okay, now that LHD will become limit as X value is approaching to A minus H. This is, I will substitute in the place of X. If we substitute A minus H tends to A minus, here A and A get cancelled, H tends to 0 agate. Okay, that means limit H tends to 0. F of what is X? X is nothing but A minus H minus F of A divided by, in the place of X we will write as A minus H minus A. Then it will become limit H tends to 0, F of A minus H minus F of A by minus H. Okay, this is what LHD. Now when it comes to RHD, as if we substitute in the place of X, if we substitute A plus H, A and A cancel, we will get again limit H tends to 0, F of, in the place of X we need to substitute A plus H minus F of A by A plus H minus A. In the place of X substitute A plus H. It will become limit H tends to 0, F of A plus H minus F of A by H. Okay, this will consider as RHD. RHD means right hand derivative, LHD means left hand derivative. When LHD is equal to RHD, okay, then only derivative exists. Then only derivative exists at X equal to A. At X equal to A. Otherwise we can tell simply function is derivable or differentiable at X equal to A. Okay, when in these two cases only. Further, this is the formula for LHD, limit H tends to 0, F of A minus H minus F of A by minus H. For RHD, limit H tends to 0, F of A plus H minus F of A by H. Okay, these two formulas will comes from this actual formula. But by combining these two, okay, by combining these two, as when derivative exists to LHD equal to RHD, now that what is RHD? Limit H tends to 0, F of A plus H minus F of A by H. This only we will consider for the derivative formula. Understood? As LHD equal to RHD, that RHD, this value will consider as derivative. Here if you observe, this derivative is not a function. Okay, this derivative means the limiting value of expression. Okay, for this expression F of X minus F of A, the limiting value of this expression at X equal to A is considered as a derivative. Okay, now we will consider geometrical interpretation. Okay, geometrical interpretation. Nothing but before that we have considered through formula. So this is by using figure or nothing but by graph, how we will define the derivatives. Okay. See, I am considering a curve. Okay, I am considering a curve. Okay, this is at point A. Okay, and this represents x-axis and this represents y-axis. The function is y equal to f of x. Nothing but these are y points. Nothing but if x equal to a, what is this point? This point will become f of a. If I am considering some a plus h point, okay, a plus h is some minute value here, then this point will become what? Okay, this point will become f of a plus h, right or not? F of, this is a curve, this is y is nothing but f of x. A means f of a plus h means f of a plus h. Okay, this I am considering as point A, this I am considering as point B. Okay, for example, this is a chord. Okay, this is a chord. Now from that figure we can consider that slope of AB. Okay, we can find slope of AB. Why? Because we have 2 points. What are those 2 points? A comma f of a. Okay, x comma y point. This is a plus h comma f of a plus h. Okay, this is x1 y1 point, this is x2 y2 point. We know how to find slope of 2 points, nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Here y2 minus y1 is nothing but f of a plus h minus f of a divided by x2 minus x1, a plus h minus a. If you simplify this, you will get f of a plus h minus f of a by h. Okay, this is what a slope. Now for this slope, okay, if we apply limit, okay, for this slope if we apply limit at x equal to a, okay, that is nothing but a derivative. Now as this is the slope of AB, if we do as h tends to 0, okay, this is the slope value, right? Slope of AB. As h is at some distance, so it will become a plus h. As h is tends to 0, okay, for example, if h value is 0 anta ankoli, a plus 0 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ a ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. But as h is tends to 0, not 0, okay, as h is tends to 0, that point will come here and then here and then here and then here and then here. It's almost come to this place, okay, as h tends to 0. Okay, this is h value. As h is tends to 0, it will become almost 1 point. Then this will become a tangent. Okay, then this will become tangent. Now at this point, if we find that limit value, that is nothing but a derivative. That will represent like as h tends to 0, we will write it as limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. Okay, this is through geometrical interpretation. Then also we are getting the f dash of a value as limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. Okay, this one we can also call as slope of a tangent. Okay, slope of a tangent at a point x equal to a, right? Or we can consider as, see, derivative of a function. Okay, derivative of a function f of x at x equal to a. Okay, here what we are getting, derivative of a function f of x at x equal to a is f dash of x. We know that derivative of a function f of x at x equal to a is f dash of x, nothing but that gives us what? That gives us slope of a tangent, slope of a tangent to the curve, okay, to the curve at x equal to a. Nothing but slope of a tangent at x equal to a is also equal to derivative of a function f of x at x equal to a. The slope or derivative, what do you mean by that, is very important in real life also. Why? Because to decide whether the company is increasing or decreasing, whether the sales is more when compared to years. Okay, for example, in 2000, okay, in 2000 like 2 companies has formed, one is A and another one is B. Okay, for example, at that point only 2 companies are there. After 2020, after 20 years, so the point A, that graph is showing like this. Another point, another company, okay, that graph is showing like this. At 2000, this is at some this is some point B and this is some point C. Okay, 2 companies are started, let us A1 and A2. See, after some 20 years, the first company graph goes like this to A to B, this B position, and second company graph from A to C, it came like this. See, by using that graph we can tell whether that company is growing or declining or losing. But this one we can tell by using slope. Okay, if slope increases, company is also increasing. If it decreases means it is decreasing. Nothing but here derivative is nothing but change in y. Okay, change in y per unit change of x. Okay, change in y per unit change of x. or nothing but we can simply called as rate of change of y, rate of change of y with respect to x. So this rate of change of y with respect to x we can also write like slope of, okay, slope of these 2 points, or slope nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. If we consider this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, or if this x1 y1 and if it is x2 y2, by doing that slope we can find this slope is nothing but delta y by delta x. You know what do you mean by delta y by delta x? Delta y is nothing but rate of change of y with respect to x. Here for example I am telling, if we get 2, that slope if we get 2, this 2 represents as per delta x per 1 unit, okay, per 1 unit delta y is nothing but rate of change of y is 2 units. Per y 1 unit of x changing, y will change 2 units, that represents slope value 2. Now for this, as for delta y by delta x, for delta y by delta x, as delta x is tends to 0, as delta x tends to 0 we will write it as dy by dx. See, delta y by delta x is nothing but rate of change of y with respect to x. Now for this rate of change of y with respect to x, as delta x is tends to 0, as delta x is tends to 0 means what? Change in value of y. Remember, you can write it as a note point, change in value of y with respect to x, that x is a very small change in value, okay, very small changing value, that we will write it as dy by dx. Dy by dx means rate of change of y with respect to x, but that x is very small changing value, nothing but delta x tends to 0, okay. Now for this conclusion we can write it as, so for this 15 minutes class we can conclude this as derivative of f of x, okay, derivative of f of x at x equal to a as some several points. So first point I am writing, that is f dash of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h, okay. This is one point. This is also a derivative of f of x at x equal to a. Another point is slope of a tangent, slope of a tangent of some 2 points, okay, nothing but a b, that again we can consider as f dash of x, nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 if we have 2 points. This is also nothing but a derivative only. Another point is rate of change of value of x, rate of change of value of f of x with change in x, okay, with change in x at x equal to a. This is also a definition of a derivative of f of x at x equal to a, or once again we can write as rate of change of y, rate of change of y with respect to x, okay, like this also we can represent. Now at x equal to a we will write. And again see another example I will tell, so that example you may get in physics also. See for example, okay, let us this x axis you consider as a time, and this y axis you consider as displacement at some point, okay, that point I will consider as some t1, okay, and this is some t2, as the displacement here is at for a t1 you consider as x1, for this t2 you consider as x2. As the graph is going on like this, displacement at t1 is x1, displacement at t2 is x2. So we can write the slope for this, slope for this as like y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, as how we can write, what is y2 minus y1, here x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. So this is nothing but delta x by delta t. What is delta x by delta t? Delta x is nothing but rate of change of x. Here x is nothing but not x axis, here x is nothing but displacement, rate of change of displacement with respect to time, okay. This is nothing but velocity, or not velocity, we can consider it as an instantaneous velocity. Now for this instantaneous velocity delta x by delta t, as delta t approaches to 0, as delta t approaches to 0, that we will write it as dx by dt, dx by dt. So that dx by dt is nothing but again instantaneous velocity. Okay, nothing but we can find the velocity by using the derivatives also. Now according to these points, again we can add another point for the derivative, that is, see that fifth point I am writing for derivative. If we consider, okay, if we consider y as displacement, okay, if we consider y as displacement and x as time, x as time. See here we have considered x as displacement, t as time. Here we are considering y as displacement and x as time. This we will write it as dy by dx. Okay, this dy by dx. Here in this point, particularly for this point, this dy by dx is nothing but instantaneous velocity. This is also an definition for derivative of f of x at x equal to c, at x equal to a. But whenever they ask in examinations, we need to write this definition, that is, f is a, let f is a real valued function y equal to f of x, then its derivative at x equal to a is f dash of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. This we need to write. Okay, now so this is about the introduction of derivatives. Now when it comes to algebra of derivatives, okay, that also I am writing algebra of derivatives. See, as I am telling, I will provide the notes, you need to copy, okay, that I will send through WhatsApp as a PDF, that you copy. That algebra of derivatives, in that first one, like summation, d by dx of f of x plus d by dx of g of x. Okay, as if there are two functions, nothing but derivative of f of x plus derivative of g of x, we can write as d by dx of f of x plus g of x. Combiningly we can write, if for example if d by dx of f of x minus d by dx of g of x is there, then we can write d by dx of f of x minus d by dx of g of x. Plus means plus, minus means minus. Now in another case, if it is d by dx of f of x into g of x, okay, then we will write this derivative as f of x into d by dx of g of x plus g of x into d by dx of f of x. Nothing but simply this one we will consider as uv rule. uv rule, nothing but d by dx of uv we will consider as uv dash plus v u dash. Here v dash is nothing but d by dx of g of x, u dash is nothing but d by dx of f of x. Okay, this rule we will consider as product rule. This rule is product rule. Now another rule we have, that is quotient rule. Quotient rule, or sometimes we can call it as a dividend rule. So that is d by dx of u by v. d by dx of u by v, that we will write it as uv v u dash minus uv dash by v square. v u dash minus uv dash by v square. Okay, these are the three important properties of derivatives. Okay, and then the very important thing, that is first derivative principle. First derivative principle. Okay, first derivative principle. See, in offline classes I have given formulas of those derivatives, like derivative of sin x is cos x, cos x is minus sin x, tan x is secant square x, secant x is secant x into tan x, log x is 1 by x, like that. Okay, that also I will send you. But those formulas, how we will get? Okay, nothing but y derivative of sin x is cos x, y derivative of cos x is minus sin x, that we can find all the formulas by using first derivative principle. This first derivative principle is nothing but finding derivative. Okay, finding derivative through formula. Okay, finding derivative of a function like f of x through formula is nothing but first derivative principle. That first derivative principle formula is f dash of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. This is nothing but a derivative formula. F dash of a is not at x equal to a is nothing but limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. Now here I am considering f of x as sin x. F of x as sin x. Now f dash of x. Now f dash of x is what? See, f dash of a means f of a plus h minus f of a by h. If it is f dash of x, then the formula will be limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x by h, right? In the place of a we have substituted x, so in the place of a here we need to substitute x. Now here what is f of x actually? Sin x. Now we will substitute those values here, so it will become limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h is nothing but sin of x plus h, sin of x plus h minus this is sin x divided by h. We know that sin of x plus h formula, that is sin x cos h plus cos x sin h minus, see in derivatives we will use trigonometric formulas also. Okay, this is minus sin x whole divided by h. See here from these to the here sin x we have, here sin x we have. So if I take sin x common, limit h tends to 0, if I take sin x common, this will become cos h minus 1 divided by h plus, I am separating these two functions. Okay, this is limit h tends to 0, this remaining function is cos x into sin h by h. If you observe, as limit h tends to 0, if I substitute h value as 0, what is cos 0? Okay, cos 0 degrees is equal to 1, nothing but 1, this will be 1, 1 minus 1 0, 0 into anything 0. That means this total function will become 0. And again another shortcut that you need to remember, as limit h tends to 0, 1 minus cos h by h or cos h minus 1 by h, this value is equal to 0, that you remember. Otherwise if you substitute h value 0, then also it will become 0 plus limit h tends to 0. What is sin h by h? According to limits sandwich theorem, sin h by h, when h tends to 0, that value 1. So 1 into cos x. Okay, 1 into cos x is nothing but cos x. That means when f of x is sin x, when f of x is sin x, f dash of x will be equal to cos x. Okay, so this is how we will find the formulas by using first derivative principle. That first derivative principle is nothing but the derivative formula. Now I will find tan x, okay, by using that formula only. And now I am considering f of x equal to tan x. We know that f dash of x formula is limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x by h. We know that f of x plus h nothing but limit h tends to 0, this is tan of x plus h minus tan x divided by h. Why tan of x plus h? Because f of x equal to tan x. So then we can write as limit h tends to 0. See, tan we can write as sin of x plus h divided by cos of x plus h minus tan x we can write as sin x by cos x whole divided by h. Nothing but this limit h tends to 0. See, if you do cross multiplication, LCM will become cos x into cos of x plus h. This h will come here into h. Numerator will become, see, numerator will become sin of x plus h into cos x minus this one cos of x plus h into sin x. Okay, then if you observe the numerator formula, sin of x plus h minus into cos x minus cos of x plus h into sin x, this is in the form of sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. For this formula is sin of a minus b. That sin of what is a here? X plus h minus b. What is b? X divided by h into cos x into cos of x plus h. Here as x and x cancel, here we will get limit h tends to 0 sin h by h into cos x into cos of x plus h. Okay, according to this, limit h tends to 0, sin h by h value is equal to 1, and then this will become limit h tends to 0, 1 by cos x into cos of x plus h. Okay, this value will be, value is 1, but here h is there. Now again we need to take limit. Now what is limit h tends to 0? H value 0 substitute madi, what we will get? 1 by cos x into cos of x plus 0 is nothing but again cos x. Now 1 by cos x into cos x is 1 by cos square x, nothing but secant square x. So this is the derivative of tan x. As f of x equal to tan x, f dash of x will become secant square x. See, similarly we can find the derivative of cot x, okay, secant x, cosecant x, okay, cos x. We can find all those formulas. Next, see some simple formulas, simple derivatives will be there by using simple derivative formulas. Those are, see just I am telling some examples. For example, if f of x is equal to 3x square, okay, they are asking to find derivative. Okay, derivative some at x equal to 10 you take, derivative at x equal to 10. See, we cannot find derivative at x equal to 10 directly from the function. So to find the derivative at x equal to 10 directly, first we need to find f dash of x. So consider this as given function, okay, f of x equal to 3x square. Now apply differentiate with respect to x. But apply derivative on both sides. F of x will become f dash of x. Now we know x power n formula. Okay, d by dx of x to the power of n is nothing but n into x to the power of n minus 1. According to that, this 3x square will become 3 into 2, which is 6x. So this is what f dash of x. Now as they are asking derivative at x equal to 10, f dash of x, or nothing but at x equal to 10, or we can write as f dash of 10 is 6 into 10, which is equal to 60. Okay, those type of questions also will be there for 1 mark. And again, for example, if you consider example 19 from your NCERT textbook, that is find derivative of a function f of x equal to sin square x is there, sin square x. Now, so this function we can find derivative in two methods. One is chain rule method. See, in offline classes we have discussed chain rule also. Based on chain rule you have done so many questions also. Once you revise your notes, see this as it is f of x, f dash of x is nothing but as it is chain rule will apply. First we will apply whole square. Why? Because this sin square x we can write as sin x whole square. Nothing but this we will write as first 2 sin x and then sin x derivative is cos x. So combiningly this 2 sin x into cos x formula is sin 2x. This is first method, or nothing but this is by using chain rule. Chain rule andre one function alli more than one function idre we will apply chain rule. Nothing but first we will apply whole square formula, that is 2 into sin x and then sin x derivative is cos x. Like that we will do. Otherwise as it is sin square x, we will write as sin x into sin x. For this we can apply f dash of x. We will apply in what do you mean by that? Product rule. Product rule means this we will consider as u, this we will consider as v. What is f dash of x formula? uv dash plus vu dash. What is u? U is sin x into v dash. Derivative of sin x we know, that is cos x, plus v. What is v? Here sin x into derivative of u dash. Derivative of sin x again is cos x. So sin x cos x plus sin x cos x we can write as 2 sin x cos x, nothing but sin 2x. Okay, here by this method also we got sin 2x, by this chain rule also we got sin 2x. That means to find a derivative of a function we can have multiple methods. Okay, more than one method or more than 2 methods. By using chain rule we can find, by using product rule we can find, by using quotient rule also we can find. But whatever it may be, you should get correct answer. Guys, this is about the introduction of the derivatives. In the next class we are going to solve exercise 13.2 from the derivatives. So this is the last exercise from that chapter. After that chapter, still we have miscellaneous examples and exercise problems, that also we are going to do. Okay, hope you understood the concept of introduction of the derivative. Now please, I am requesting everyone should make a notes of this. Why? Because in second year also this derivatives and limits part will be very helpful for you, and also in after second year when you are going to write KCET, this concept of limits and derivatives will be very helpful for you. So that's why everyone continue that notes. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you. Have a nice day.